February 18th, 12:52 p.m., the Old Bailey Defendant's Antechamber. What on earth just happened in there? Mr. Naruhodo, I managed to find out what happened. This is so. I was told it was an advanced form of smoke grenade, a type of exploding device that releases smoke. A smoke grenade? It sounds like the sort of thing a ninja uses. You're just making sure everything is safe now. Then the trial will start again before long. But who would have done something like that? The police officer managed to catch someone who was trying to flee the courtroom, apparently. Flee the courtroom? Why? Well, it's a young girl of around 15, I hear. A young girl? Then could it be the other president that Mr. McGilded was just talking about? My thoughts exactly. So he wasn't lying. Oh, what's become of Mr. McGilded, actually? There are so many things I need to ask him about, but he's not here. I think he's summoned to the prosecutor's antechamber to answer questions, along with the young girl. Who is she, I wonder? What is she doing here at the trial? She's taking a huge risk and for what possibly benefit to her. There's another matter that's troubling me. What's that? The 20 pence. Oh, according to the coachman, Mr. Beppo, there should have been 25 if there was a fifth person. He took 4 passengers that night at a fare of 5 pence each. That comes to a total of 20 pence exactly. But now it seems there were in fact 5 passengers, which means the figures don't seem to add up again. She's right. That is strange. Counts for the defense, kindly proceed into the courtroom. The trial will recommence in 5 minutes. Oh, thank you, Mr. Officer. We'll be right away. We'll go in right away. Well, whoever she is, I imagine this young girl will be asked to take the stand and testify now. I really can't imagine what she's going to say, but it could alter the whole direction of the trial. Well, no soon enough, Miss Suzuto. Yes! Excuse me. February 18th, 1 p.m., the Old Bailey courtroom. Oh shit. Oh no. Oh god. Oh no. There's the young girl next to Mr. McGilded. There's the young girl next to Mr. McGilded. Look. She must have been the one who caused the disturbance before. Well, after a rather eventful recess, the court will now resume trial of Mr. Magnus McGilded. Now then, Lord Van Zykes. My lord. They established the cause of the smoke which veiled proceedings earlier. It seems to have been an advanced form of smoke grenade of the sort typically employed by the army. Good gracious, the army! What in the devil's name? It was an elaborate attempt by a young girl to cloak her escape from the public gallery. But she was caught. And now occupies the stand. Your name, girl? Oh no, she's the Irish. Oh no, I think she's Irish, right? Are you responsible for the smoke grenade which induced such a pandemonium here in my courtroom? What is the meaning of this deplorable behavior? Ahem, if I may, my lord. Yes, Mr. McGilded? I think perhaps I ought to explain here. Why is it that this wee lass was here in the first place, and why she tried to bolt like that? Is this all tied with the events of that night, so it is? Very well, Mr. McGilded, give your testimony. We will explain to the court exactly how this young woman is involved in the case. Just what did happen that night? It's not like a defense lawyer needs that information or anything. Excuse me, actually I need to sneeze. The young girl. On the night in question, I took the back seat in the omnibus and promptly nodded off. Then, begorra! What? Begorra? Lord Dudden, a wee scream woke me up in a fair start. There was a fella collapsed on the floor on my feet, so I set him up on the seat across from me. Then I turned to find out where that scream had come from, and bless me soul, what did I find? There was a child in there, all curled up in a ball, hiding her wee self away. I remained somewhat baffled, I confess, but from what I gathered on the night in question, this young lady was indeed riding in the omnibus. Is that correct? Just exactly as the defense counsel said. This last was the 5th passenger, my lord. Very well. Evans may now cross-examine the witnesses. Are you ready, counsel? Yes, my lord. Okay, or rather, no. I have no idea where to start. Bum, 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 bum. Hold it! That's not the hold it button. Hold it! When you first got into the omnibus, were there any other passengers already on board? There were not. The cabin was empty and there was no one on the roof deck either. You were the first passenger as it were, I see. Aye, and then when I took the back seat, I did. 'Tis the most uncomfortable, so it is. Could you explain exactly what you mean by the back seat? By all means, 'tis how we already described it earlier. He was talking about the seat opposite of the one in which the poor gentleman who was stabbed was sitting. Like I said, to the most comfortable and where you feel most at ease. And of course, I enjoy gazing through the skylight from time to time as well. And Bagora, I like that, and a wee scream woke me up with the first start.
Hold it!
Hold it! A loud thud, you say? A scream. Aye, that's right. How could I explain it? Just was like the sound of someone falling to the ground. That sort of noise. I don't know, I completely lost his voice, I don't know how. So you think it was the sound of Mr. Mason falling to the floor, having been stabbed? Well, now you remember I was asleep at the time, so I wouldn't like to say. And when the sound woke me up, I opened my eyes. There wasn't a soul to be seen in the carriage but the fellow on the floor. You didn't see anyone. At the same moment, you did hear a scream? Ah, from the seat above you on the roof deck, I presume? Not above me, no, my lord. Tus was inside the cabin. But I wasn't altogether thinking about the scream. No, I was too stunned by the desperate sight before my eyes. Before my eyes! There was a fella collapsed on the floor at my feet, so I set him up on the seat across him. I hit press, but go off. Boop.
Hold it!
He sat him up? The victim, you mean? That I did. On the seat across from me, as I said, I would plainly see the poor devil was already gone. And you wouldn't leave a dead man just lying on the floor now, would you? 'Tis common courtesy, so it is. I find that a little hard to believe. Aye, alright, Lord Benzikes. Now, would that be? You wake to find a man lying dead at your feet in the carriage, and you know one person would hail the cabman. Any upstanding member of London society, that is. Well, now, as you know, I'm in something of a special line of business. Business of lending money at exorbitant rates of interest. Unfortunately, my lord, not everyone is thankful for the help I offer them, and some would even see me dead. So I did try, where at all possible, to avoid getting myself in entangled trouble. Are you suggesting you're just going to leave the man there? Heavens alive, no, I was always intending to report, so I was. Only had a mind to find out that whys and wherefores first. That's why the why and wherefores. Right you are. There were some details I wanted to understand before anyone else got to meddling. The wee scream I heard, for example. Wouldn't you good self just do the same? Yes, the scream he says he heard at the same time as the thud of the victims collapsing. I'm trying to find where the scream had come from, and bless my soul, what did I find?
Hold it!
My voice is completely given out. I'm afraid I don't understand. I'm sure you told the court that there was no one else in that carriage except for yourself and the victim. So I did, sir, so I did. As far as I could see, that is. What do you mean by that? Well, now, 'tis a queer thing. Whoa, I'm surprised that made it past. I know what they mean, but like, I don't know, man. Friggin' Twitter be like, well, now 'tis a queer thing, the wee scream I heard as I woke up. It came from, if you'll excuse the vulgar expression, under my backside. Good gracious. Under your backside? And when I lifted the seat on which I'd been sitting, I found there was a wee cubby hole there for storage. So Naruhodo, we could examine the omnibus ourselves, remember? I already looked at that. Because of course the whole bus was submitted as evidence. So it'll be a very good time to have a thorough look around inside. I already did. And that's when I found her. There's a child in there, all curled up in a ball, hiding her wee stuff away.
Hold it!
You say you're hiding... She said she was hiding herself? I didn't press that. Aye, that's right. This was hard to see in the dim lamplight. She was all curled up in a wee ball. When our eyes met, well, my heart nearly stopped beating in my chest. You're really overreacting this. Tis and all, no, I pulled her out from under there and sat her on the seat opposite so I could have a wee chinwag with her. The seat opposite. That's right, just next to the gentleman there. You set this young lady next to a corpse, sir. Well, as I'm sure I mentioned, a gentleman in my position can all too often find himself in mortal danger. So, I needed to find out just who this urchin was, you see. And while I was in the middle of talking with her, I heard another scream, a fellow's voice this time. Presumably that scream was Mr. First, who was standing on the roof deck seats. Right you are again, I would say, sir. Looking down through the skylight, he must have seen this young girl and that gentleman with the knife in his belly. In other words, the previous witnesses did not, in fact, see you at all, Mr. McGilden. What they believed to be yourself and the victim was, in fact, this girl and the late Mr. Mason? Aye, my lord. It was, as I think everyone understands now, sat at the back of the carriage, out of sight. It's certainly plausible. The defendant is somewhat diminutive in stature, and readily confused, perhaps, with this young girl. After that, of course, with the scream from the gentleman over at us, the driver realized something was wrong and pulled up the horses. Thank you, I've heard enough. The events are explained as clear in my mind. However, at least one conundrum remains. Who is the girl? Don't make me voice it, please. Her name is Gina Lestrade, my lord. She's a chancer. Earns her crust among large fellows, relevant people of the person. What commonly called a pickpocket. What? This girl here is a petty thief. Ora. Is this true, Miss Lestrade? Don't, please, for the love of God, don't. Miss Lestrade, you will answer the question. I'm not making her Irish. She's Irish, but fuck that. Oh! Ah! How dare you? What is the meaning of this? Oh, she gone. Ah! The girl, she's gone. Open your eyes. Oh no! Ah! Yo, what a bop! I'm over here. Oh fuck, this is gonna be so bad. I'm over here. Good gracious, how? What was the point in that little sidestep? I know what you're thinking. Grown-ups are all the same. This dirty little dipper, you say, slipped up and got caught in the job. She got herself back into a corner, so she knifed the jet. Go on, that's what's in your heads, ain't it? No, not at all. This is a court of law. We're here to determine the truth, not cast. Oh god, you've been shot. Look, knives are for cowards. Only thugs use weapons like that. All I need for what to do is their fingers. Get up and that's it. I'm a professional, right? Not in your eyes, but I got pride in what I did. But I guess you don't count smoke guns among weapons for thugs. Oh, this? Yeah, this was the bag I lifted the other day, down where they keep four-wheel drags. It's nice, ain't it? It's the best. It's the pink best. I like the pink best. Do not wave that thing in my direction again. So, you admit that you were riding the omnibus on the night in question? It's alright, lass. You can tell them the truth now. Alright, yeah? It's just like the Irishman said. Oh, fuck, he's Irish? Oh, shit. Oh, God. Oh, God. Everything's all messed up. It's all garbage. Ah! The court accepts this girl, Miss Gina Lestrade, as a valid and significant witness in this case. Accordingly, young lady, you will not hear your testimony if you please. We will now hear your testimony. Please, no. You will tell the court exactly what happened in the omnibus on the night in question. Please. No, I want to go back. Can I go back to a simpler time? Alright, if I have to. I want to go back to a simpler time where I didn't have to voice this character. So I snuck inside the carriage before they walked up to the horses, just like always. But it was right old waste of time. I got nothing to show for me troubles that night. I tell you, you can't see a blind thing in the hiding place. It's pitch in there. Then, after a while, I hear up this loud bang. Nearly jumped out of my skin, I did, and the scream just came out. It's because of that swell who found me. He did help me get away, mind. I don't know what the fuck you just said. I ain't got a clue, dog. He let you go. I fail to understand why you would let the street urchin go, Mr. McGilded. Oh, just simplicity, my lord. You see, she couldn't possibly have killed the other passenger. I knew that from a fact. How? As I'm sure I said before, sir. I was sitting right on top of the place where she was hiding herself. Think a demonstration is called for? Lestrade, curl up into a ball. So I sat that night, and the cubby hole of which you have spoken is underneath the seat, I presume? Yes, it does appear just large enough to accommodate someone of the girl's stature. Aye, but of course, the wee lass was stuck in there. Because I parked myself on the seat from the duration. Ah! So you see, that's why I left the last bolt. I knew that if the police found her they'd automatically assume she'd done it. But I couldn't live with myself if a wee young life was ruined when all the time I knew she was innocent. Even though you must have realized your actions result in your all innocence being called into question. Not at all, my lord, not at all. I knew in my own heart that I was innocent. So I thought it was worth taking a punt on my own name for the sake of this less fortunate lass. My goodness. What a perfect gentleman. My lord. This fine example of a man cannot possibly be guilty of a heinous crime like this. I'm ashamed of myself for ever doubting you, sir. Alright, old lady. Oh shit, wait. With calm, calculated reasoning, one arrives clearly at the truth every time. Oh! Yeah, let's go! Saints alive! All 6 members of the jury consensual and they're leaning to a verdict of not guilty. Mr. Naruhodo, it must mean... It must mean what? We won! We're victorious. We've won? Are you sure?
Objection!
Okay, cool guy. If the sight of my iron heel Wellington offends, praise do forgive the discourtesy. Go, what the fuck, Gene? You good? Gina? This really is consummate example of the one monumental flaw in British judicial practices. Oh shit. He about to be like, this is the reason it's not a mechanic in the other games. He's gonna be like, where evidence and reasoning should be paramount, emotional. He's like the complete, spoilers alert for Apollo Justice. He's saying exactly what Kristoff said in a Turnabout Secession, case 4-4. Jury system is flawed because they would just use their emotions rather than looking at all the evidence. It's like exactly what Kristoff said. And we're like, no, they will be like, nah, they'll know. Emotion. The witness's last statement gives a clear insight into his true nature. What do you mean, his true nature? Do you really think Scotland Yard would have made such a glaring omission? After the incident, the omnibus was comprehensively searched by officers of the law paralease. Obviously, the interior of this cubbyhole, as the witness put it, was included in the investigation. The compartment under the posterior seat was full of the coachman's belongings. It's noted in black and white here in the police report. Good Lord! The evidence has been tampered with. In order to corroborate Mr. McGilda's story, someone has unlawfully removed everything from under the seat. What? He's absolutely right. Oh, no. Let me look. Oh shit, my bad. Pull out my headphones. Hold on, give me like 2 seconds. 2 seconds. Headphones back in. Okay, we're back, boys. Okay. Don't care. But wait, was there blood on the floor before? Wait, was there blood on the floor before? Wait a minute. The sea looks reasonably soft. Yeah, that's fine. Nothing to do with it. Oh, yeah, blah. Yes, you look pretty in a kimono. We get it. The seat is a handle, it seems. It has been! And there's blood on the floor now. I don't think there was blood on the floor before. That's blood, isn't it? Is something wrong? Oh, it's just, well, this blood scene is so obvious that that's all. E.F. Van Zykes has made no mention of it. I suppose it does seem a little strange. I have such a bad feeling about this. Oh yeah. Evidence was definitely tampered with. I can confirm. How could such a devious contrivance possibly have been affected, counsel? Naturally, we must acknowledge the deficiencies? Yeah, deficiencies of the constabulary in allowing this to have happened. However, I assure you, when the omnibus was wheeled into the courtroom this morning, the compartment under the seat was not empty. Well, my Nepentese friend. Huh? Me? When the carriage was submitted as evidence, doubtless you examined it in fine detail as any self-respecting practitioner of the law. I did. Pray, what do you find the condition of the underseat compartment to be? Oh, to be sure, the young gentleman would clear this up in the jiffy. Sorry? Go ahead. You tell the court now, fella. How this is all an elaborate excuse by the desperate Lord Van Zykes. Well, counsel, do you have something to say on this matter? Something's wrong. I can feel it. How am I supposed to answer? What can I say about the state of the little compartment under the seat in the omnibus? It wasn't empty. There's a lie going on here. I really don't know if giving this answer is helping my cause as counsel for the defense. As far as I remember, at least. When I first examined the compartment, I'm fairly certain that there was a number of articles inside, yes. Are you sure, counsel? Be whist! What are you saying now, you daft daw? I thought you were on my side here. What game are you playing? You're tasked to defend the man in the stand. Why would you say something to compromise his position? No, my job is to find the truth, man. It's the Ace Attorney way. As the advocate for the defense in this trial, I confess I'm still not entirely sure where I stand. But it seems to me that I should state what facts I do know as clearly and honest as possible. Interesting. Just not altogether pleasing, fella. I'm simply telling the truth, Mr. McGillen. Well, don't forget that you're supposed to be representing my best interest here, lad. Nah, not back in Japan, boy. Now then. The fellow's memory is curious, Ting, and not altogether reliable. No, the court must consider the facts. That the cubby hole under the seat is as empty as the devil's heart, so it is. Do you think perhaps it would be in your best interest now to admit that you might have been mistaken? No? Why do I feel like something's not right here? Something's wrong? I can feel it. I should like the jury to weigh in on this matter, I think. The compartment is designed to house equipment used to maintain the smooth running of the carriage. The guild's rules state the omnibus should be properly and fully equipped at all times. So it certainly wouldn't have been empty on the night in question. Beppo isn't that irresponsible. The monkey lending fleece in the pink purse are lying. Ah! Can't believe I was nearly taken in. The secret rich are always stinkers. Nothing but cowards, a lot of them. What? Oh no. The trick? Of course it's the trick. Quite so. I must concur here. Yeah, we're at. I mean, we fucked ourselves over, but we're gods here. With calm, calculated reasoning, one arrives clear at the truth every time. Ah, yes, but every time is a different truth, it seems. My lord, I humbly exhibit the scales of justice. Clearly, a verdict of not guilty this time would be wholly inappropriate. Thank you, counsel. But before we proceed any further, there is the matter of the outstanding cross-examination. Counsel for the defense, begin your questioning of the witness, please. Yes, my lord. What just happened? The whole balance of the trial has shifted, almost beyond recognition. The Reaper of the Bailey is at work, it would seem. Ah, yeah, all prosecutors get some cool nickname, not you this time. You ain't as cool as your ancestor, Bucko. What the girl saw.